What is up, everybody? Sysadmin Sean here, and we're doing a video this week because we're back from holiday break. I'm a little under the weather, so I do apologize for how my audio sounds and how my mic sounds and everything. That's me because I'm not feeling all that great. I wanted to show off some HPC related resources because some folks had been asking about where to learn about HPC a little bit more, where to study, where to practice, where to engage, things like that. So we're going to go over some links that I've been shown and some places that I use, and I'll kind of go over which ones I use and which ones I'm not really familiar with. And then you can take that with you. I'll put all the links obviously down in the description like always, and you can start learning about HPC on your own. So the first one that comes up is called the Carpentries. I was told about this quite a long time ago. Apparently, they have some HPC related technology classes. I've never used this, but it was highly recommended. So maybe I should. Maybe I should take some classes. There's workshops all about different things like that. So this might be a good option for you, but I can't really speak much about it. I don't know about it. Up next, I'm going to point to Ohio Supercompute. The reason I pick Ohio Supercompute is because it is the major cluster in my state. It is funded by the government, so they offer a ton of outreach for youth, classroom support, summer institutes. They do workshops and things like that, where, as far as I know, anybody that wants to take a workshop can sign up for it. It's obviously focused more towards like education, K through 12, things like that. But they will guide you through the whole process of how a cluster works, how to submit jobs, what kind of jobs you might want to submit. This isn't going to be good for maybe your administrative side, like if you're learning how to manage a cluster. This is going to be more about teaching you how to use a cluster, what software is going to be good for the kind of research you want to do, things like that. So that's kind of what they're for. They might have some simple admin courses. I'm not 100% sure, but they're kind of focused more on use as opposed to building and maintaining. The next one is the San Diego Supercomputer Center, which I have used before. I have taken a basically a training course through them to learn how to set up a cluster and then to learn how to use that cluster. They do offer kind of beginner, intermediate, advanced courses and workshops and all that stuff. So I highly recommend you check this one out. They're pretty cool too. Next one is Reddit, obviously. RHPC. There's quite a lot of information in here. There's quite a lot of people in here that do way cooler stuff than I do, and know a lot of amazing information. There's tons of debate and discussion. People post their research, things like that, trying to figure out, well, why isn't this working? How do I get better performance out of this? What do I need to do to improve? Blah, 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 blah. This is a great place to go. It's got links to other things related to data science, HPC kind of stuff, study, storage, networking, data center, all that kind of stuff that goes into HPC. The next one is the ACM, or the Association for Computing Machinery. Now, I don't directly work with them. I work with a chapter in ACM, which I'll get to next. But this group focuses on all of it. It is a huge, broad range of everything related to computing and computing machinery. So look for, I mean, they have chapter searches. So if you need to find one related to you, then there's conferences, things like that, where you can go and check out a lot of this neat stuff. Highly recommend them. I'm a member of my chapter, which is going to come up next. So the ACM, SIG, HPC, System Professionals, Virtual Chapter website. The reason I support this chapter is because these guys have helped me so much in my HPC career. They have been there for every question I've ever had. They have a Slack. You can join their Slack. We pay membership dues basically to cover the Slack and to cover kind of things that they do. They run a lot of leadership, and we have meetings, and they'll take you to, they'll branch you out into even better stuff like campus champion programs if you work in higher ed, or other HPC resources. For example, Dell has HPC resources specifically related to working with Dell equipment in HPC, but they do some general stuff. Tons of meetings and all sorts of things like that. The next one is something I just saw linked on our HPC called the Art of HPC. It's from someone that works at TAC, which is Texas. I don't want to say it's I don't think it's University of Texas. Maybe it is. Longhorns, as far as I'm aware, is who this is. They have some of the biggest supercomputing in the United States. Um, Ohio Supercompute's catching up though. They better watch out. But they give you tons of great information here. Yeah, HPC carpentry, introduction to scientific programming, parallel programming, the science of computing, all this great stuff right in here where you can learn about it. I haven't used this, but I need to use this. This seems pretty useful. And then lastly, there's hpc.social. So there's projects, news, discussion. They have a Mastodon, they have chat, jobs, they have a GitHub, email, Twitter, Mastodon. This is a kind of community of communities as far as I can tell. So you can go here and kind of learn where you might best get the information you need, like which community you want to talk to. That's kind of where they fit in with all of this. And that's kind of it. There's a lot of different places to go get information about HPC out there. They do kind of feel hidden, mainly because I just feel like I started working in IT a million years ago, it feels like, and I had no idea that anything like this even existed. You know, I'd heard of stuff like Beowulf clusters and supercomputers and things like that, but I'd never really put any thought into being able to work on those. I thought those were very specialty pieces of equipment, and a long time ago they were. But now that you have high performance computing, where it's really giant clusters of a lot of compute together doing the same job, doing a lot of work at the same time, it's a lot more approachable. And I mean, I just learned about it within the last 5 years. So that's kind of crazy. And I'm hoping that I can pass that information on to people who are kind of interested in this, because it's definitely a field that needs more people. I see job postings for HPC jobs all day, every day. They are looking for Linux admins. They are looking for identity admins. They're looking for research supporters. They're looking for PR people. Basically, I've seen places that are so big, they have admins, they have IT people, then they have the research assistants, and then they have kind of these, they even have like a midway person between the research people and the IT people, so that they can kind of translate the different technologies and understandings together. And when a professor says, I need this done, and IT says, well, you got to do it this way, that person helps translate and give them education on it. Or if a researcher goes, I have no idea how to use this stuff, but I want to do X, Y, or Z with data, then that person can go, okay, it sounds like what you want to do is this. We've dealt with that before. We can help you get on the path for that. Bing, bang, boom. So those are some of the resources. Let me know your favorite HPC resources. If you've got any that I haven't mentioned, down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this little video. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.